Alright, so y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can about title today's video, here to showcase the power of running double two-way point guard builds in NBA 2K25. So, you can see the 6'3 build we have right here. We've showcased it in previous videos very recently of Apollo's build that I play with, where he's on a 6'3 with a 6'5 wingspan, where he puts the cap breaks on 3 per MD to get Hall of Fame badges on Challenger, On Ball Menace, and Pick Dodger, as well as +2 3-pointer to get Hall of Fame on Deadeye, Limitless, Set Shot, and Shifty. So, that's what we're looking at our 2-guard build, and Tanner's on a very similar build to this. We don't have the exact replica of it, but it's essentially more per MD, more steal, a little bit less 3-pointer, and then a little bit more agility as well. But essentially, the point is, with 2 builds like this, our intention is to attack their point guard on the other end every single possession and dodge their lockdown and force that PG into like screen action and stuff like that. Force him to have to play defense. Or if they have a super tall big, to put him into pick and rolls as well. So it works out in many different ways where there's pretty much a mismatch on the court no matter what you're looking at on one side. And then for defense, we have a very interesting outlook that we're going to be showcasing where I'm guarding the corner and we're putting these 2 builds in the pick and roll defense together, and we're playing what comp dudes call guards up defense, where we're playing the most perimeter defensive capable players that we can possibly have, where you have 2 of these builds in the pick and roll defense. It makes it so the other team can't get any threes at all on a play-to-play basis pretty much, and then I just go all in on playing rebounds off the corner to be able to just fly in and grab them, or I can rotate and stuff like that off the corner with like my 6'8 build that I'm using in today's vid. So let's go ahead and showcase that real quick, then I'll get straight to the gameplay. Alright, so this is my build right here that I'm going to be running at the 3 for 3v3. So it's obviously very fast with a lot of driving dunk implemented into this, and when you use this as a pick and roller paired with like really good +1s, we'll showcase where I have like the brick wall and rebound chaser as well. So even though they're not really capable of getting Hall of Fame rebound chaser and gold brick wall, the +1s of being a 6'8 allow me to do so with the fact that brick wall is a tier 2. So you can see I have the 6 cap breaks on this now. It doesn't matter. You can still do it with 5 very easily. I just would have 94 steal. I didn't have anywhere better to put it because I've already created the build, obviously, and I couldn't retailer it for like, you know, cap breaks with, I'm not going to spend $100 extra, you know, trying to rebuild the build for better ways to recreate it with cap breaks. So anyway, point being, I have 92 perim, 95 steal, and 88 block playing the 3 with very good defensive rebound as well, and the speed to really get around and just be able to kind of swing off that corner and be a really good like strong safety, free safety, if you will, like playing football style. I can just kind of lurk around on the back end and just do whatever I would like to do on a play-to-play basis of whether I want to crash the rebound or if I want to stay at home on the 3-pointer in the corner. Alright, so let's get straight into this gameplay. I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all that good stuff, and like always, try 22,000 likes. Now, as you can see, I'm ranked platinum, and I know there's a lot of speculation on the dashboarding and stuff in the proving grounds, but I do want to show you before we load up the game what kind of proves that I haven't been doing it. And that simple fact would be that I've only lost 3 games anyway. But I can only give you my word that I haven't dashed out of those 3 games. But either way, 64-3 on the 3v3 court in this game mode, man. And we have been killing it with multiple different lineups. And this is my favorite one of them all yet. This is unguardable and so good on defense too. I really cannot wait until you guys see this gameplay. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so as you can see, we have Tanner lined up at the 1 and then Apollo at the 2 and then me at the 3 as well. Now, you can see we're playing one of the other top ranked players who's like a gold in this, the 205 guy right here, and their lineup is nasty with the defense as well. So what they have right here is at the 3, 99 steal, and then at the 2 as well, 99 steal with 98 per MD. Now, what does that mean? Typically, you'd have to assume that that means if they have 2 elite defensive players on the court, that their offensive player is probably very heavily invested in at the point guard, which means he has very low defense. And as you can see, extremely low defense on him. He's got 99-3, 97 ball handle, 94 speed with balls. He's got like the legend lightning launch and stuff like that. He does have 92 agility, I will say that much. Obviously, it's not a freebie to put him into pick and rolls, but he will be getting bodied on screens. So, again, point being, you can see Tanner's build right here with 88 3-pointer. He has 99 steal, 99 prim, technically 98 steal, but he will use that extra +1 on it. So we're just playing the arrows right now, pretty much. But what you will see us do when we decide to go a little bit more 3-up mode, and we do that a lot with this lineup, is we'll switch me over to B button, where I'm guarding the pure lock, who really can't do anything in terms of offensive involvement or anything like that. And as you can see, come out here, out the gates hitting a yellow, which is already crazy. I do still have gold challenger with like 92 per MD, so it's not like I'm some liability on defense, but I'm like the worst perimeter defensive player on the court. But as you can see, we're forcing that point guard into the pick and roll action. What that naturally means is their back ends are much more willing to step and help. And with that big stepping, the guard can't switch on screens. So anytime the big steps out, they have no ability to really help otherwise and like be able to switch. So you can see our side's ability on this right now, and then me also crashing off the corner. Now, to be fair, we're off to what seems like a bad start. I totally understand. You know, it's out to a 6-0 or a 6-2 lead for them, and we're not looking great just yet. But bear with me. Obviously, this gameplay gets a little bit better. So already, you know, it's like I said, the compounding a little bit more where it looks a little bit tough. But we're getting a little bit of gritty ball on offense here. You can see Apollo gets that late edge three-pointer to go right there. And now it's 6-5. We're feeling fine now. Obviously, you know, we have a really good way to limit their three-pointers as well on our own end. So this is set up pretty good for us. Now you can see they're both playing pretty high. Tanner gets a nice, like, sort of box out right there, and it's enough. Me being able to crash off the corner is plenty good enough in that regard. And now you can see, again, point guard is stuck in pick and roll, which leads to very, very free dunks and free slips and stuff like that. And whether that's like, you know, the big tries to step and it's just free dunk for me, or if the big just refuses to step after a little while and decides to make Apollo shoot, it's wide open three-pointers with stick shooting and all that as well. So it's really, really good ball for us. Right here, a little bit late on the switch, and you can see me drop and rotate. Granted, we want that sometimes. I'd rather see the shot go up in the corner sometimes than for the big to just get a free dunk. However, we can be a little bit, you know, this kind of play-to-play basis on that. But you will see in the future we get those two a little bit more ready to switch in. We call it the anticipation or the pre-switch, if you will, where it gets it a little bit more ready to go instantly. Now right here you can see he does reach on me. I'm trying to get it to Apollo with the point guard on him. And once again, get back into the pick and roll. The dude's playing really bad defense, and you can expect that a lot out of these offensive PGs. Whether it's the fact that their build isn't very good at it or just them as a player isn't, I mean, it's just a combination of both in most cases. So right here you can see another little bit of a pre-switch right there where Apollo is now funneling him over to Tanner, and then Apollo gets down really early, ready to play that passing lane. A little bit too late to it, but either way, we're set up really good. Once again, pre-switch. Tanner's down, Apollo's up. He gets a little bit of a box out, enough for me to grab the rebound, and it's a really good situation to be in. You can see they're kind of tweaking again, trying to find that point guard somewhere to guard. Now the big step in again with not much rotation or help from the lock. He's irritated. He's flopping and stuff. He's so mad that we're dodging him, and that's what this lineup does. It infuriates lockdowns more than anything because they can't really have much factor on the game entirely. Like, there's not much they can do at all. But you can see right here, a little bit of a bait. I ended up, you know, doing enough. I mean, realistically, you could say it was enough to take him out of the two-way tenacity boost that he gets for dunking the ball right there. He just got a lay, which it's a little bit more luck than anything. But yeah, just didn't want to give up the three. And you can see I do a little bit of a fake step just to be able to, you know, maybe just bait him, but he doesn't fall for it at all. Right back into the screens though, you can see once again we are just bodying that point guard. I hit him with the pass back right here because obviously they played a little bit too low. Tanner gets that one to go, and boom, we have so much offense just coming out here. And obviously with so much offense on the court, it's easy for us to contain them on defense because now we can just play so front running. We can just give up so many slips and so much free stuff on the back end. And as you can see, it allows us to play just absolutely 5,000 miles an hour. Like, I'm talking, they're both just double pressing. Even if the big man's doing some dumb stuff like screening this up the court, we're just double pressing each side of him, and the point guard's just living in such a nightmare situation. Right here, I drop a little bit, I get a jump, we get a yellow on that. A little bit of a tough situation because obviously we don't want to give up pass backs to the point guard, so that's a big no-go. Obviously we don't want the guards to double crash or anything like that, but it is what it is. You know, gave up the three, not exactly an ideal situation. Right here you can see they have the guard on me, so I'm just getting out of the way early with the slice take and all that. With already 86 speed on the build plus 7, bro, we're out here with 93 speed on a big man. It's insane. We have so much speed and perimeter on the court. You can see we're getting steeled like bumpy off the full court press again. Right here I thought I had a point guard on me and I could just go up the meter dunk, but he ends up stripping me. Bad ball once again. And I know like the score is 19-13, but this game is so much less close than you would give this credit for. I mean, these dudes are getting absolutely smoked, bro. It's tough. And once again, free slip because the big stepping. I'm telling y'all, you might think, why are they stepping so much? Your point guards haven't proven anything, which granted, I understand from this game perspective, but let's show you another game of the point guards just going way more crazy with the big staying on the back end and the guards staying up. But again, game against a pretty good player right here, and the lockdown is probably very irritated because he's not being allowed to really play the game very much. I mean, the dude made a spot up build on the corner that I'm like dropping off of and letting him just shoot for free sometimes, and he can't really do anything on defense because we're keeping the ball away from him. So we go 9 for 10 on like, you know, 3 for 4 from 3, only 1 turnover with me trying to just force stuff on the paint and stuff like that. But let's go to the next game now. All right, so this one right here is gonna be a lot more fast paced. It's just gonna be not like a super crazy comp team or anything like that, but what you are gonna see is a 7-footer at the big man with a little bit more of a lack of normalcy, if you will. You can see I have a 6'7" that's like also set up to be kind of like a big, and then a 6'4" guard. So what we're gonna do for the most part of this game is just play with me on the big big, but we will still do some situations where me and Apollo switch, and I'll take the lock, he can take the big, you know. It just depends on how we want to go about it on a play-to-play basis. But anyway, right here, just some randomness. Apollo almost gets the reach right there. They get the pass on Tanner, but it's a yellow once again. So much perimity and like challenger ability on the court, so much speed. So when I grab these rebounds or get like steals or blocks or anything like that and get the ball back off them, we are just able to run the break like crazy on this lineup, man. It's actually just a disgusting combo to be running out here. So the beauty is that if they do some weird stuff like that too, where the 2 is screening and the 1 is using it as the, like, you know, the 2 as the screener, we can just switch on those, where Tanner and Apollo can just switch on everything. And then right here, we are in a little bit of a high-low situation where me on the 6'8", I'm able to get tights and stuff like that with the dudes just like forcing up stuff on the pick and roll. Apollo, once again, out on the break, but doesn't get that to go. But the speed, man, look at this. We are back in front. I'm baiting the lane on the 2. I bumped Tanner a little bit, unfortunately, so it gives up a wide open 3. But I'm able to get the ball, and once again, Apollo's out on the break with all that speed and the standing dunk. Boom, get that to go, 5-0 lead. And he gets two-way for that as well. That's the beauty of all this too, is anything that's a fast break dunk or just a pick and roll dunk in general is getting the two-way tenacity to activate. So now Apollo's got his two-way, so they can't really target him, and I know I don't really have to help him hardly at all. So I'm more locked in on just helping Tanner if I do. Once again, big man goes up with some nonsense. Apollo's out in the break. We get another 2 once again. And I know a lot of y'all have been showing love to the videos of like playing against the random lineups and stuff like that. This is a very like just, you know, really interesting way to play the game, if you ask me. Running the 2 guards, 2 small two-way guards, while I also just play like, you know, sometimes the big man, sometimes in the corner, and we just let these guys go crazy. We're playing passing lanes all the way up the court, playing just sweaty as heck, bro. And now the big man's coming up late. He's obviously irritated. I'm back here playing the lane on the cut. Now we got this fast break right here. I unfortunately tried to meter dunk that, but either way, we get them confused because they both try and pack the paint. Now Tanner's wide open. I mean, this is 12-0. The doors are just getting blown open on this one, bro. It's insane. So yeah, going right into the next possession, you know, once again, a lot of steal capabilities on the court, so Tanner can pluck pretty much anything. Apollo's blitzing. I'm here for the jump because I think he's going up right away with it, and what do you know? He does, and I only get a yellow. A little bit unfortunate, but either way, is what it is. So finally into our first half-court set, but as you can see, bodying the point guard with the screen, Tanner with a wide open 3, boom, get that to go with just the 88 three-pointer, but he's still capable of doing it in the pick and roll. I'll have another video for you guys where Tanner was on a build with only 83 three-pointer coming out here as the pick and roll like point guard initiator, and he had a 99 dunk build. We were using that as with a pure inside on the court as well. But anyway, box out right here, you can see they get the double crash from the 2 right there, so a little bit unfortunate. I obviously can't grab that one, but we're there for the box out on this one, but then he hits the 3. So it is what it is, you know, it's just, again, showing some fast-paced gameplay right here. All right, now this play, a little bit troll as well. These dudes are obviously frustrated. They're down by a ton. They're obviously a little bit more willing to give up right now. So in this case where Tanner ends up passing up the wide open 3 right here because the point guard jumps, point guard flops now because you think it's just a wide open, but Tanner actually passed up the wide open jump shot too, and we miss a wide open 2. So a little bit of an unfortunate circumstance right there. But now here we are, the situation where we have the 2 guards up, and Tanner goes for the blitz, assuming that Apollo's going to play the switch with him. And man, these dudes are so irritated off that as well. And again, same thing can apply to this possession. Like, if they were to give up the free slip, I now have the choice to either give the corner up for free or the paint up for free. And in this case, where we're kind of front running them, I'm ready to rotate down just in case Apollo doesn't get there. But as you can see, we did have the switch ready. Tanner's up, Apollo's down. These two have so much speed, so much mobility, and it's just all types of crazy ability to play, like, you know, just elite perimeter defense. The only way we can get beat is in the paint. And you might be wondering, why don't they just post up one of the guards? It'd be easy, you know, offense or something like that, right? The thing is, honestly, bro, they can't compete that way. We're getting free 2s on the other end as well. We're getting straight, you know, free open slips or open 3-pointers. Great offensive efficiency. It really is on some Warrior stuff, bro. We're using off-ball screens for Apollo right here into another on-ball screen. He's wide open. I'm really on some Draymond Green playing with Steph and Clay stuff right here, bro. Like, I'm literally just coming out here screening, playing defense, versatile defender, but, like, obviously the people I'm playing with aren't exactly versatile defenders either, so it's a little bit limiting for me, but the speed and agility that I have does allow me to play a couple of, you know, good kind of hedge defense situations. Now right here, again, they could play size on that if they would like, but don't really need to. Apollo's getting plucky. We're playing a little bit of like switch D right there as well. Tanner's there for the switch again. This dude's so irritated. He's just flopping again, and Apollo's wide open on the break for 3, and that's game. So there it is, fellas. I mean, that's like 5 for 7 from 3. We're running fast break because of the way we're playing defense, getting a lot of steals as well, like 3 of them. Still rebounding pretty well. Like, I end up with 5 to their 3 as a team, which, granted, that is one of the only deficiencies of this lineup, is that we will get out-rebounded sometimes. But even still, it's so hard for teams to get 3-pointers up, because even against the super comp teams and stuff like that, it's still hard for them to create any 3-point opportunities, because we have 2 elite lockdowns playing, you know, on the front and back side of the screen, and they can just switch everything. And as long as they land a box out on the body on the center, I'm still able to crash off the corner for the rebound. Because if you don't know about how this game works either, the running start rebounds have significant priority to the underneath the basket rebounds. Positioning is a little bit of a myth in this game, if you will. So flying off the corner with so much speed and vert and like rebounding ability with the D-board, it's just a great spot for me to be in as far as like taking advantage of the game mechanics and just being a great rebounder off the corner. And again, there are some offensive or defensive possessions where I can play the back end and we'll just throw Apollo on the corner. We'll just play arrows. I'll play the center, Apollo plays the 2, and Tanner play the 1. You know, if there's something like a post scorer at the 3, or if they're starting to maybe, let's say, I think the biggest kryptonite to this lineup is if they chuck shots on me with the 2. So if I'm like, let's say we're allowing Apollo and Tanner to play the pick and roll D, and they just here we'll give a little rewind right here to the one where they were 2 guards up. So the best way for them to play this situation, in my opinion, is to pass to this guy, force the jump shots on me into really easy rebound opportunities for the big, because then I'm taken out of the rebound equation. Here's the thing though, a lot of times with my speed and agility and just, you know, the ability to get down to the rebounds quickly, with all that speed and with slice on as well, it's even more crazy. I can get the contest and still get the rebound in a lot of cases, or I can also just deny the pass with 95 steal, so they can't even throw here on the chump check stuff, because then I'm just denying the passing lane and they can't afford to like pass the ball to this guy and just chuck the shots on me. So that's pretty much how I could shut that down pretty easy as well. So yeah, I mean, I understand it means I'm probably a little bit tighter and giving up the slips and stuff like that, but if that's what they're trying to do is shot chuck on me, I can make that switch easily in my mind. So yeah, this is a nasty lineup. I mean, it's worked perfectly as far as us running it. There hasn't really been much comp as far as people even getting close to beating us, in my opinion, with this. And the 3 losses I took were with alternate different lineups. So yeah, we are literally undefeated with this, and it's disgusting, man. It is gross. So anyway, that's all video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub, and new, turn on noties, all good stuff. Like always, try to send 2,000 likes. And if you made it to the end of the video, put lock in the comments. Search Sports Melee through. Shout out to Tanner. Shout out to Apollo. They both have very good minds for the game as well. And I think the 3 of us work together as a cohesive group super good. So anyway, that's all. Appreciate y'all for watching. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.